This broadcast is presented to you by Mayo Clinic, the #1 hospital in the world.
So welcome back now, ladies and gentlemen, for our second match this afternoon between Bangash and Chihingiri. Chihingiri in the green shirts and Bangash in the blue. So we've got our players out there on the field. And so far through here this tournament, both these teams having had a win and a loss. So again, like the previous match, all to play for to see who's going to go through and see who's going to end up having to come out tomorrow morning to do a little bit of penalty shootout, which will be 10:30 tomorrow morning. And so as the two teams start to come together, we'll have Mohamed Chihingiri coming out on open visa black, Antonio on visa, Noticia Fagonza, Dante out on Amarilla, and for Fede will be on Calandria, Tomasito on Picasso, and Alfredo Capella on Rostrojo. And we're now about to come to our lineups. And so it is with Haida Bangash playing at number 1 for Bangash Polo. At number 2 will be Federico von Bodowski. At 3 will be Tomasito Fernandez Llorente. And at the back door it is Alfredo Capella Barucci. And 4, Chihingiri playing at number 1 is Mohamed Chihingiri. At 2, Antonio Hegi. At 3, Gonzalito Pierres. And at 4, it is Dante Castagnola. So our umpires out on the field. There will be Peter Wright and the prof. Chris Hyde with the third man being Matthias Baveni. So two teams just lining up here now, and like the previous game, it's all to play for. So umpire Wright just having a quick chat here now with the teams to get this one underway. Another very important, crucial game to see. He'll be taking penalties tomorrow to get through to the semi-finals, but Alfredo Capella picks it up off the back of the ball in the maroon helmet, looks to play the shot. Antonio managed to sneak in onto it here now. And Antonio on his near side, back to his stick side. Tomasita all over him, like that suit from Satwa. And it is going to be Antonio. Sends it out here now for Dante. Dante in there with Petovsky. Dante and Petovsky together. He's working hard on it, looking to try and get something out of that one there. And Petovsky might have just reached over. We get the first whistle of the match. I'll go for a little drone replay on this one here, see if we can see the Antonio and Petovsky come in. He's sort of coming around the back to try and meddle with them. And we end up with a penalty for the 60-yard penalty here now in favour of the green shirts of Chihingiri. To be teed up there by Gonzalito Pierres. One of the greatest players alive today. So, Gonzalito here. On Noticia. Open to Chisia. Comes up to this. He drives. He strikes it well. It's going straight, and straight enough it is. It's high and proud and through the goals, opening up the account for Chihingiri. One goal it is for Chihingiri, and they'll go back over to the picnic area side. For by right to bowl this ball into play. Umpire right. Lines of two teams up, changing ends of course with the green shirts heading towards the scoreboard. And coming out with it here now is Antonio Hegi. Antonio in there with Tomasito. Turns there with the man, Fede, optimistic, looking for something to spoil the play. But Antonio picks it up once again. Antonio, they're going to have to pull all the guns out today, or all the players here, to get the better of this one here this afternoon. And then it comes and tries to get onto it in front of Mohamed Chihingiri. It is Alfredo Capella. Alfredo Capella for Bangash, playing a little bit of cat and mouse there. Comes the opposite way, looks for Tomasito. Tomasito up on the play here now. In there with Antonio Hegi. Just getting a bit stagnant. There was no one to pass that to, so he flicks it forward, looking for Alfie, but well read there by Gonza. Dummies the backhand, comes forward. He gets his play spoilt there by Alfredo, but first back onto it is Antonio. Antonio Hegi sets sail. Oh, he didn't manage to set sail once again, and it's going to be Alfredo. Alfredo loses mallet in the air, picks it up, has another crack. Oh my gosh! Alfredo Capella, what a class act. He's a joker and a juggler as well. And the ball's now left here for Antonio. Antonio picks this one up here now. Antonio up onto it. Backhand there by Gonza. Puts it into the middle of the field for Antonio to come onto, but flattening up onto it and taking it away from him. Trying to spoil the play there is Freddy von Potowski as we get a whistle. You can see on our replay that he went for it. Had to try and come back for it, and in the meantime just got caught out by Antonio Hagi. I think it was. Let's have a little look on our replay for our Polo Line viewers. He just flicks it away there from Antonio. Tries to come back over onto it. No, it was Dante. Dante Castagnola got onto that line. And so we have a penalty here now in favour of Chihingiri to be teed up once again by Gonzalito Perez. So Gonzalito just tees this up for a penalty 3. 40-yard penalty. So Gonzalito just making sure of that ball. So he's trying to get that teed up so you can see the bottom of it and try and launch that one clean over the top of the defenders, who can come across, of course. So Gonzalito up onto this here now, strikes it, it's over the top and gone wide though, wide. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. They're looking to put it on the back line. There's a little discussion between the umpires and it will go to the third man. It's going to the third man. We'll go back for another shot and try and pick this ball up from the drone shot. See if it went in or out. They need to be sure of these. So it is a goal. Goal has been given. And so back to the middle of the field it is. 2 goals it is now for Chihingiri. Coming out here, guns are blazing, meaning business. Bangash looking to get back into it here now. So, umpire right lines the 2 teams up. Ball gets bowled into play. Out the back of the line out. Comes off the pony. Couldn't pick it up. It's now picked up here by Potowski. Potowski tries to go forward. It came off the pony and Tomasita comes in to try and hold it. Bit of discombobulation. The backhand comes in nicely there for Potowski to come onto. Dante comes in for the spoiling play, comes up with the spoils and plays the backhand, but it's picked up by Gonza. Gonza turns, faces forward, pings it forward out there. And who's there? It's Antonio, but he just gets pushed off out of it there by Tomasito. Mohamed comes on, Gonza on the near side with the big man Capella. Capella on the near side plays the backhand to be tried picked up there by Dante. Couldn't, and it opens the door here now for Tomasito. Tomasito comes onto the play. The Hyde was coming back onto it, and maybe he just infringed. Antonio coming forward. We get a whistle on the play, but let's see from our replay. And the ball's dropped down here now for a spot penalty in favour of Chihingiri. Just moving so quickly, changing direction at such speed. So a big tussle going on there, deep up the Villa end between the players. So Gonza comes in, gives that ball a ride, pops it up the front. Antonio's looking for it, but also coming onto it there is going to be Alfie. Alfie takes it away. Back towards his own goal mouth, looks to check up and come back inside. It's spoilt there in the play there by Antonio, but it's taken away from him this time by Tomasito Fernandez-Llorente. Tomasito Fernandez-Llorente cuts into the middle of the field and it's picked up by Dante. Dante comes in, Alfie's looking for something, but he's blown past it and taken himself out of the game. And it's going to be Dante to stick and ball this one. Dante, oh, and he's struggling and couldn't quite pick it up. And off a defender's mallet, it looks like it's going, off a attacker's mallet. And out over the back line it is. So the ball will be placed down on the back line as the players scramble to quickly go and change ponies. You can see there up on Polo line. Players just hopping over from pony to pony. It's probably a little easier now for Chihingiri as they're encamped up that end. The majority of the Bangash players will take the ponies that they have stationed up that end. With ponies at both ends of the field, Hyder's gone back to go and change in the pony lines. And the ball will be brought in from the back line by Alfredo Capella. So here in Chukka number 1, halfway through it, it's 2 goals already to Chihingiri on the board. So Hyder quickly changed up. And it'll be Alfredo Capella to bring it back into play. For Bangash by Dobson and Horrell. There it is. Capella, under the neck he goes with that one there. Just falls a little short of Potowski, so he just checks up, loses a bit of momentum, but straightens himself up onto this one here, goes to the first time play, sends that one up the middle. Looking for Capella to come onto it at pace. Capella leaves it for Tomasito, sends that past Dante, comes onto it once again, does Tomasito, gets blocked in his passage going forward. The backhand comes in there by Dante out towards the side it is, and it's going to be hard to try and pick it up, and instead it's going to be Mohamed Chihingiri this time yields off it, looking for Gonza, but it's now left here for Pitolski. Backs it into the danger zone. Looking to straighten up onto that one there is Dante in front of Alfredo. It's going backwards and forwards. It's all a little bit frantic here at the moment. Antonio tries to make his way up the field. Out over the boards it goes. So the ball is placed down here now for Alfredo Capella. Capella brings it forward, doesn't go with the big one, brings it up to pull Antonio to him. Potowski's coming back round again. Sends a little backhand, changes that line distinctly for Potowski to come on to, and we get a whistle on that play. Was there a blocking in the play or not? Let's see. You see Capella coming forward for our Polo Line viewers. Comes forward on it, and comes across the back of Antonio. And so Antonio deemed to have been blocking on that one there, just got his pony as he was trying to turn around for the new line. His pony's rear end drifting across the line. The old line as Capella's coming through the flow of play, and we end up with a penalty 2 here now in favour of Bangash. And it looks like it's going to be Fedivon Potowski, El Poto, to take the first penalty here now for Bangash. Fede up onto the play, strikes it well and through the goal it is, opening up the account here now for Bangash does Fedivon Potowski, making it 1 goal Bangash, 2 it is for Chihingiri. So 2 teams line up. Ball gets bowled into play, out the back of the line out, nice and clean. Who can get onto it first? Potowski near side picks this up. But he lost sight of it, and it's going to be left here for Antonio. Antonio comes forward. Potowski wants a bit of that there, keeps the man off it as Tomasito comes in, comes round, gets a challenge there by Antonio. And the ball goes forward and out over the boards. And so a ball will be dropped here as the 8 seconds is counted for Bangash to bring into play in the form of Alfredo Capella. Alfie yields into that one there, gets the swing in and sends it up forward, looking for Potowski. Has to check up, he's lost sight of it, but it looks like it's going to be Dante wants it. No, Gonza couldn't pick it up, but it's sent up once again here by Tomasito, and it's going to be Potowski under the neck, looking for the acute neck shot. No, the flag's aloft. It is Potowski. Puts another one away there for Bangash, levying the scores at 2 goals apiece. With about a minute left to play here in Chukka number 1. Look on that replay there. And Dante, unfortunately, couldn't get back to that one in time. As Potowski made sure of it. So ball back into play once again. Back of the line out. It is Tomasito being hassled there by Antonio. Antonio comes up with the spoils. Antonio goes forward. Backhand comes in there by Petovsky. And we get a whistle on the play. Let's have a look on our replay. Thanking you kindly. Got the drone replay. We're a bit far off it. And yeah, I think the line had possibly changed, and Petovsky coming in on the old line and just coming across there in front of in front of Antonio. So the ball's been taken up for a penalty for a 60-yard penalty here now for Gonzalito Perez to tee this one up. Gonza. Gonzalito. Comes in, drives, shoots, sends that one in towards the goal, and through the goal it is, putting them back out into the lead again here in Chukka number 1. 3 goals it is for Chihingiri. 2 for Bangash. Let's say 30-odd seconds on the clock, so there's possibly time for them to get back there for the roll-in, just before the hooter goes. So 2 teams lining up, counted down. Ball back into play. Out the line, out it comes. Petovsky. Petovsky picks this one up here now. Takes it away from Antonio. Petovsky comes forward once again. Petovsky keeps it short. Juggles that ball up further forward. And you have Gonzalito going back with him there, putting that pressure on. Pens the next shot in towards the middle of the field. The first hooter has gone. It's across the face of goal. Haider Bangash coming up onto it. Backhand by Haider. Picked up beautifully at pace on the near side by Gonzalito. Gonzalito just settles on the play. Looks to unload it this time and does so straight up the middle of the field. It is. Oh, and it looks like it is going to be Alfredo Capella to get back to this one here first. Alfie in there with Antonio. Alfredo turns it away there from Antonio. Looks to pick it up. Gets in onto it there like the rabbit dog he is by the name of Antonio Hagi. And the second hooter goes. So that there will end the Chukka, ladies and gentlemen. So end of Chukka number 1. The score is 3 goals for Chihingiri. 2 for Bangash. And now we will just go to some messages and adverts from Polo Line whilst the players change. 2-3's the score in favour of Chihingiri. And then we'll be back for Chukka number 2 in a moment.
Inside out, ran out of time. Guilty, guy.
Sends that one up forward here now, looking for Alfie, but it's picked up and cut out of the play by Gonza and leaves it now for Antonio Hegi. Antonio coming forward, weaving his way through the traffic here now, looking for a bit of space, goes with the next shot, puts it in, but it's closed there by Alfredo Capella. Capella turns back inside, looks like he's on Rabacana here. No, it's actually Rockstar. And trying to get onto this here is Tomasito from one side, but he yields off it, leaves it for the backhand now of Antonio and sends it out for Gonza. Gonza going back there. Gonza looks to straighten himself up and looking to get around there of, Tomasito, and flicks it in. All the time in the world it looked like he had, but whoa, what a pony he's on here now. Little Letra, watch her, she's an absolute beast. She drops that head and just powers. Goes along, if you look at her just as she is now, she looks like she's almost a little bit ewe-necked and nose-pointed, but when she goes, that head drops and she's just on rails. Open Letra. So, interplay it is out at the front of the line-out. Petolski on Chiva, leaves it. Picked up, though, by Antonio, and we get a whistle on the play. Fede believes that he might have actually been impeded in that play, so let's see if we can see anything on the replay. So Petolski going forward, and maybe he was hooked off out of it. And the umpires weren't liking it, or not sure. And so it will be. Open power here now for Mohamed Chihingiri. Antonio on Rodada. Gonza, as I said, on open Letra. Dante on open Abuela. Haida on Pibito. Chiva, the little grey for Fede. Really coming to her own this season with Fede. Penitente for Tomasito and Rockstar for Capella. And so the ball's going to be teed up here by Alfredo Capella for a 60-yard penalty, a penalty 4. So teed up there by Alfredo Capella. Alfie's going to circle around here now onto it. He's got a swing like Daly in golf. Absolutely massive. Comes up to this one, sends it forward. It's half cut out the play there by Petolski. Petolski puts that one away. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's 3 goals to Fede Petolski. For the Bangash team, 3-4 is the score here in Chukka number 2. So, teams lining up once again there on umpire right. Ball gets bowled into play. In the middle line out comes away. Petolski looking to try and stop the play there. Dante going forward. Backhand by Alfie looking for Tomasito. Tomasito on the move, but Gonza's going to go back with him here now. So he just checks up, looks to see what he's got. So he goes with the shot and centres that one and tries to keep this one away here now from Gonza, who's coming hard down that line. Who'll claim it well. Gonza checks up. Takes it forward. Sends a little backhand. Nicely out there for Dante Castagnola. Dante. Oh, and he might have shown too much of that one there for Alfie as he came in onto it. The backhand by Tomasito looking to set it up here now for Alfie. But first to get back to this one will be Gonzalito Perez. Gonza, once again, just takes it deep again. A bit of angle, makes a turn. Plenty of space and time. He's a little optimistic in some of his challenges, Alfredo Capella. And it goes up forward once again. Does Gonza it out here now for Antonio. Look straight onto the end of his mallet. Picks it up nicely. Takes it forward. He's being shadowed there by Petolski. Going forward is Gonza. Gonza looks for it, goes in towards the middle of the field and see if Dante get onto it, but no, look, it's Letra there, and Perez sends it forward here now. Looking to get back onto it there is going to be Haida, but he wants to shadow that one over the back line, but the cut backhand comes in there by Gonza, keeping it alive and across the fence, a goal, the backhand by Antonio, and Gonza gets another bite of the cherry and puts that one through, but hey, we get a whistle, or not, let us see, just wait a moment. Let's have a look on this drone. It was ping-pong going backwards and forwards across the goal. Backhand comes in. Gonza wants a bit of that one there. Oh, you got Tomasito coming up that line. We've got players just changing. Had to give it a go. And the ball has been placed down for a penalty 5B, so no goal. 4-3. Tomasito coming out from the goal mouth, as it were, onto that line of the backhand of Antonio. It's the usual one. If you don't chance your arm, you'll never break your neck, so you need to turn around, as the Irish would say anyway. It's for them to turn around and give it a go, and Gonza tried. They look good. Well, the goal was through the goal, but not to be. So Gonza's just quickly changed. Not sure, but he could be coming out on happiness here. Another beauty is the ball sent up there by Capella. Capella trying to get it up here now for Potowski. It's gone wide. Gonza comes on, looks to get himself established on the line as Hyder tries to come in onto it. And unfortunately attracts the attention of the umpire's whistle. So, Dante Castagnola brings it forward to Potowski, sends this out wide, out there looking for Antonio. Antonio flattens onto it. In there with him is Capella. Capella lets him know he's there, and realises he's got control of it. There does Gonzo, so he goes forward, looks for the play, but it's only as far as Capella. Capella has to just stall a bit of time because the backhand would have been to nobody but Gonzo, so this time he just fiddles and plays and holds it up just for a moment, and then this time he sends it up forward here now. Up there, trying to get onto it. There's Tomasito, but first on is Dante. Dante goes for the tail backhand. Good angle on it. Well read there by Antonio once again. Antonio in there with Hyder and Capella. Hyder goes back and sends that ball up forward, straight up down the boards it goes. But first to surface with it here will be Potowski. Potowski on the play. Potowski, he's got Gonza with him. Gonza working hard. Flicks it up forward. Comes away from the man here. He had an option, but he decides to go by himself, and it is Potowski. Potowski checks up on it. Antonio can't come in. He's got Gonza in behind. He's going to have to be very careful, but remember, he does have the man there, and he just left that one behind, and Gonza's allowed in onto it, so he opens up the backhand here now, and running onto it well there is going to be Antonio Hagi. He pulls it forward once again. Antonio Hagi, he's a bit wide of goal, so he just has to get the flick. If he can get it, the flick comes in towards the goal it is, but just the wrong side of the goal mouth. That approach shot just went a little straight. And so, on the back line, Alfredo Capella brings it into play here now. Gives that ball a ride. It's once again coming down with snow on it, and there it comes down just before the halfway line. Gonza picks it up first. Gonza having to sit deep. Checks up, turns, comes back inside. Tomasito waiting for him. Bit of show and go. Goes down the boards on the picnic area side. He's got the man in behind in the form of Antonio Hagi. He goes forward. Antonio sends that ball up forward here now, looking for Gonza. Gonza looking for it. Couldn't pick it up, could hide it, but he kept Gonza off out of that play, and it's going to be picked up here now by Capella. Capella in there with Mohamed Chihingiri. Capella looks to turn and bring it back in towards the middle of the field here now. Capella yet again, but it comes off a player, and Capella has to go back and recover once more and quickly whips that pony round and goes back into attack once more. It is Alfredo Capella. Capella in there with Dante, pushed off over the boards, but it's left here for Tomasito, who came back to cover. You see that Capella comes back in again to pick up the play once again. Capella misses that ball up forward, down the boards it goes here now for Antonio. Antonio looks to come on. Sorry, no, it was actually Tomasito. Sends that in towards the middle of the field for Potowski to come onto. Potowski straightens himself up onto this here now. He gets up past Gonza on that one there, but Antonio is sitting in the back door, and he just flicks that one away. But Gonza try and get onto, but Tomasito's in there, and we get a whistle on the play. Good working there, good understanding between these two. As Antonio just flicks that ball in, and as Petty comes onto it, flicks it away from him, creates a new line, and you see Gonza straight on it, and Tomasito's trying to capitalise on momentum, but unfortunately not to be. And so, Dean facing up forward, so this ball's going to get moved to the halfway line here now. And there's a midfield penalty to be given here, a penalty 5B in favour of Chihingiri. because Gonza was basically free and away. So the ball will be teed up there by Dante Castagnola. So there's a bit of friendly tussling going on up towards the front there. And it is. A little explanation being given to Podolski. And he's being given the option to change ponies, even though there's not much time left in this chukker. There's a good quick passage of play for the interest of horses' safety. They will give him the opportunity to change. We actually have a medical timeout, I believe it is. I've just been told by the third man. Thank you very much, Matthias. It looks like Pitowski might need a little bit of tender care. Oh, by the way, he hops off and bounces on foot, and he looks a little bit Renko. There's Pitowski on that right leg. So in the play, he's only got a bit of a touch-up. And so the ambulance guys will hopefully hop out. And so you can get a little bit of a quick attention so we can get this match back underway again. So whilst we have a quick break in and Petty is being just attended to, I'd once again like to thank our sponsors here of this tournament, Bentley Emirates, who are the official dealer and sole authorised importer of Bentley Motors in the UAE since 1983. They are operating as part of the Habtoor Motors Prestige division. Of course, we'd like to thank the co-sponsors, and they are Diamond Lease. Diamond Lease is a fully owned subsidiary there of Habtoor Group, which was established in 1996, offering automotive rental and leasing solutions as an alternative to owning and maintaining your own vehicles to corporate and individual customers across the UAE. US Polo ASSN is the official sports brand of the United States Polo Association, based there in America, who are the official apparel and jersey sponsor. Our media partners, of course, we'd like to thank Polo Line TV, and if you're watching on Polo Line, send us a message there if you possibly have the time to do so on Facebook. We'll try and give you a shout-out. That's pololine.tv. Albadia, Expat Woman, Loving Dubai, and Preston Polo. We still have general entry available here for next weekend, the finals, via Virgin Tickets, Platinum List, AHG Loyal app. It looks like the picnic gazebos are sold out, as is the Gold Lounge VVIP tables. And there's limited spaces there in the garden by Il Pastaio. But for bookings or checking, or double checking as it were, drop them an email on media@DubaiPoloGoldCup.com or give them a call on 056 373 2999. So it will be Dante Castagnola on Palomo. Comes forward, gives that ball a ride. Up over the top it goes. He's looking for Antonio, but going back with him wisely there is Tomasita. Takes the man out, leaves it for Capella. Capella comes round here now. Capella on the play, deep down in his own corner, near his own pony lines. He's over that. Who's round first? He tries to go one way, goes the other way. Onto it here does Antonio, but Capella manages to slip in and steal that away, but we do get a whistle on the play. Possibly looking to see if any advantage was coming from that. Then we get the whistle. And let's have a look on our replay, thanking once again to Polo Line. Antonio got himself round. Maybe Capella had just impeded him on that a little bit. And no advantage appears to come from it, so you have Bangash retiring back behind their line, and we have a penalty 2 in favour of Chihingiri. Teed up once again here now by Gonza. Gonza comes in with a little half putting shot and puts that one through the goals. It is for goal number 5 on the board there for Chihingiri. A 2-goal margin now over Bangash, of which Bangash's goals have all been scored there by Fedivon Podolski so far. So, lining up there on the far side. On the picnic area side. Ball bowled into play. Into play it is. Out the front of the line, out it skews. Dante sends the backhand up over the top of the players. He was looking for Antonio, but first onto it is Tomasito. Tomasito's ball comes off Antonio. First two to go. Antonio straightens up onto it. Going back with him is the big fella Capella, and he ends up with a big backhand and sends it and tries to unleash Tomasito, but it comes off the umpire's pony. And the first hooter has gone. You see, he was looking to get away. The umpire was trying to clear out the way, but unfortunately it came off his pony. It happens on the odd occasion. In this occasion here, they decided to blow the whistle. And that there will end the chukker, ladies and gentlemen. And let us await to see how they start. Chukker number 3. So, ladies and gentlemen, chukker number 2. The score is 3 goals to Bangash, 5 to Chihingiri. The players will leave the field, change ponies, and in the meantime, we'll get a few messages and adverts, and maybe some replays from Polo Line. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here now. 3-5's the score to start chukker number 3. So, scheduled to come out in this chukker will be Haida to come out on Chino. Mohamed Chihingiri come out on Mentrita. Polera for Antonio, Paris for Gonza, and Tatuka for Dante, Capella on Rabicana, Teviana for Tomasito, Chapo there for Fedi. And so if we bring it in, is Capella. They were in possession of the play at the end of that chukker before it came off the umpire's pony, sent forward there. But unfortunately, see, you had Fedi von Potolsky just juggling that ball in the air. And in doing so, Dante found himself in a little bit of no man's land. And directly in front of him, blocking his right through towards the play. And so a ball's been dropped down here now for a penalty 2 for Bangash. So Potolsky looking for another one here. 5 goals it is to Chihingiri. 3 goals for Bangash. So Fedi von Potolsky looking for his 4th goal here today. Fedi comes in, drives, shoots, puts that one up and through the goals it is. The flags aloft. Guns are still standing still. There's a question on it. Well, the umpire's saying it actually curled. But did it go through or wide? Let us see. On a little bit of discussion there with the third man who will go for a double check. Sometimes difficult if you get those balls, get a little bit of a curl on them. That one certainly did look like it was curling to the left, but did it curl too much? Or was it just in? The third man will try to work it out from the replay. So we just have that little pause now, and as I said, if you can find some tickets for some spots, please drop them an email to confirm, or media at dxbpolocup.com. Unfortunately, the third man can't see clearly from the view that he was given, so it's up to the umpires on the field to give the decision. But tickets for the finals are available for general entry via Virgin Tickets, Platinum List, and the AHG Loyal app. It looks like from the back line it's going to be brought in by Dante. Out there for Gonzo with a lot of space out here this side, but coming to him there is Tomasito. So he checks up as the ball comes into the boards with Antonio in behind. And Dante's gone forward. Antonio goes forward, so he sends that ball up, but Capella's got himself well positioned onto it. Near side play, gets hooked off out of it is Antonio, and coming onto it there is Dante in front of Tomasito. So, umpires just having a chat with this one on the field. And it looks like they're going to bring this one up for a midfield penalty in favour of Bangash. So Alfredo Capella to pick up the play here now for Bangash. Alfredo, it's along the ground. It's going hard though, but it goes as far as Gonzalito on the end of his mallet. Takes it forward, sends the backhand, opens it up. He's looking for Dante, but it looks like it's going to be Tomasito to get onto it first. He brings it further forward. Does Tomasito. Tomasito just looks to cut back. In comes Dante. Dante working hard on him. Relentless. Gets in there onto that play. So he takes the man, leaves the ball. Is now left here for Podolski. Podolski yields off it and leaves it now for Tomasito. Tomasito trying to work it and get it away there from Dante, but Gonza's gone with him. Goes under the neck with it there. He looked for the pass, but it goes as far as Antonio. Trying to keep this ball away here now from Podolski. Antonio on the play here now. Podolski has to turn with him, and he faces back forward once again. Does Antonio just unsights the player, and off he goes here. Does Antonio Hagi. 9 goals in Argentina. Antonio Hagi. Up the field he goes, but it's now left here for Podolski. Podolski shuts it down. He's over the top of that turn, trying to come back onto it is Gonza, but we end up with a whistle on the play. Podolski's thinking the line was more across the field, but the umpire has a bird's eye view, and so did Gonza as he comes hammering down it. He just come across in front of him possibly. And let's see on that replay. See, he's come past it, gone back round to try and pick it up. But once again, we'll go to the third man just to double check where that line was. But in the meantime, Castagnola's just teeing this up. And so the penalty has been given in favour of the green shirts of Chihingiri. And it is Dante Castagnola to bring it in once again. Dante brings it in close towards the middle of the field. The shortest distance, of course, between the goals is that way. He goes short with it. Teasing the players. You see Gonza darting out towards the left-hand side of him. Gonza looks to pick this up, but he's got Tomasito out there in front of him. Tomasito gets the backhand. The backhand comes in. Trying to get out for Alfredo Capella, but first to surface with it will be Antonio. Knowing he's got the big fella there with him, he checks up, comes back inside, and he's over the top, but reaches back and picks it up. Comes one way, goes the other way. He's playing with that ball and gets picked up possibly here now by Podolski. He just left it behind and had to go back for it again. You can see on the drone replay. He checks up with Capella, turns, comes back inside. And we end up with a spot penalty here now in favour of Bangash. Capella taps it forward. Looking to draw Antonio in and sends that ball up over the top of the players. Looking for Petovsky, who's gone for Haider. Haider Bangash gets onto it here. He cuts that one in towards the goal. Haider Bangash, first time play on the cut shot. Through the goals it is for Haider Bangash. 4 goals to Bangash. 5, Chihingiri. Ball pushed out there quite wide, and Haider gets onto that one nicely and slots it through beautifully there. Like a true pro does. Haider Bangash. Ball back into play once again. Off the front of the line out and slightly out towards the side with the momentum of the throw, and it's picked up by Antonio. And, maybe he turned before he changed the line of the ball. I'm not quite sure on that, but Bangash are pretty convinced of it. But they scramble off to go and change ponies, and up forward this is going to go. Let's have a look on our replay. So he got himself across it before he touched the ball, and that's possibly what the umpires are looking at. And so this has been brought forward here now for a penalty 4. Fede looking for a little bit more out of it. But it's going to be Alfredo Capella. Alfredo Capella for the penalty 4. Chihingiri looking to stop this one. Capella looking to level the scores here now. Here in chukker number 3. Capella comes in, thumps it along the ground. Was it stopped there? But no, it travels on through. It might have ping-ponged off a couple of mallets, but through the goal it is. For Alfredo Capella, levelling up the scores. 5 goals apiece it is here in chukker number 3. So hang on a moment. It looks like they might be giving a couple of players looking for a change. The umpire will come back towards the middle field, or as he counts it down. And the whistle's blown to stop the clock, and we have a free change. 5 goals all it is. And there you see Gonza just quickly changing. For our Polo Line viewers, 5 all is the score. So players quickly changing up and going back towards the middle of the field. For this to be thrown in once more. So it's close. It's incredibly competitive, these games at this stage. So Haider back, Fede back, or coming back here now. So the two teams will line up for right to get this ball into play. Before we go into the half-time break, we've still got just under 4 minutes to play before the first 2 to go. So ball into play, skews off out the line-out. Tomasita onto that here now. Takes it away here from Gonza. Gonza looks for a little bit more. The power of these machines of Gonza. He takes that ball forward, but he just flicks it in, and Tomasita can manage to pick it up. He goes for a little backhand. Alfredo looking for that one there, but it's going to be Antonio to pick up the spoils. Wants to turn one way, the other way. In comes Bertolski. Backhand now. Good angle by Castagnola to get it out to Antonio Hagi. Antonio and Tomasito come together once again. Straightens himself up. He has Gonza in behind if he wants it, if he needs it. Flicks it away here from Tomasito and goes on the move here. Does Antonio Hagi. Antonio under the neck. He tries to make that play, but it's going to be Tomasito to come in. Cuts open an open backhand here now for Petovsky. Good angle on it for Petovsky to get on and keep it away from Gonza. And it is underneath the neck there by Petovsky. Petovsky sends this up once again. Tomasito just cracks onto that one there, and he's on an absolute flyer. He's getting away there from Antonio. He looks over his shoulder, goes with a short shot, avoids the hook. He's in front of goal here now. Looks for a slight neck shot in through the goals. It is, but it's wide. Just got a little too much angle on that one there. Did Tomasito, and it goes wide. A cracking run by Tomasito Fernandez Llorente. Got up and away pass from Antonio. Avoid the hook. Goes with the next shot, but just got a little too much angle on it. And it's Gonzalito Perez to bring it back into play once again. Gonza sends that ball out forward here now as Antonio's quickly changed, but into the 10th there of Clanova. And so, ball quickly brought back into play here by Capella. Capella going towards the goal here now, yields off it, leaves it for Tomasito. Tomasito comes forward, tries to get up past Antonio, but left there for Gonzalito. Comes in on the near side to spoil that play, tries to get in and gets back to it. Once again, it is going to be, it's a bit of a melee, and coming away with Tomasito. Tomasito trying to weave his way through. He's hooked off out of it. The ball goes out to the side. Gonza comes in with the backhand, and it comes off his own teammate. Looking for it's Tomasito. So is Petovsky. Petovsky's going at right angles to the ball, and it's now going to be Dante Castagnola. Clearing away here now for Chihingiri. Tomasito optimistically went for the near side pick up on that one there, but it is going to be Dante once more. Dante looks to send this forward, but it might end up falling nicely there for Petovsky. Petovsky tries to turn back inside, leaves it here now for Tomasito, but in doing so, the line was still possibly there for Antonio. And so a ball's been dropped down here now for a spot penalty in favour of the green shirts of Chihingiri. 5-all the score, 1:22 on the clock it is. Dante Castagnola. Dante taps it up forward. Dante sends this one out here now for Gonza. Gonza comes onto it, plays a little short scoopy shot and sends that one up nicely here. Does Gonza, gets back onto it once again, goes with the next shot, tries to avoid the hook there from Capella. Does so. First back onto it though is going to be Capella, and he sends that one in. Sorry, it was Petovsky going for the shot. Coming in onto it is going to be Petovsky, but he gets hooked off out of it by Gonza. In comes Tomasito, but we get a whistle on the play. Betty was possibly thinking his player was across him. And then the ball driven into the pony there of Gonza's, and this is now going to get moved up here for a penalty in favour of Bangash. Gonza's just having a chat, the captain of Chihingiri. Just for confirmation from the umpire. Maybe he thought that Gonza fouled the player trailing behind, the second player, or not. So we have a penalty, a midfield penalty, a penalty 5B in favour of Bangash. To be taken by Alfredo Capella. Capella comes in, gives that ball a ride. It's up the front door. Tomasito is going forward, but he just gets shut out of the play and kept off out of it there by Dante. Dante's called off it. The backhand there by Gonza was perfect, but it ricocheted off the pony, but it's enough for Dante to get onto. Petovsky comes in onto the play, and we get another whistle. Remember the rules of Polo set up for safety. He comes in and makes it a turn that he's actually talking about. Maybe that's what the umpires were looking at. So ball's dropped down here from where the foul occurred, and the options given. So it looks like a number of players are quickly going to change. The umpire's still conferring on this one. It looks like a penalty 3 has been given. And so we have a penalty 3 here now in favour of Bangash, and an opportunity to go out into the lead. With Chihingiri starting off with a roar, and they got themselves in the lead by 2-3 goals, and then Bangash stoically working their way back into this one once again. So 5-all the score at the moment. An opportunity for goal number 6 for Fedivon Petovsky. Or maybe Capella's going to take this one. Feeling that Capella's pony is a little bit more better suited for this penalty. So, sharing the love in Bangash as Capella comes round onto this here now for the penalty 3. Capella comes in, it's along the ground. Can he stop it? No, he can't. It eludes Antonio Hagi, and 6 goals it is now to Bangash. 6 goals to 5 here in Chaka number 3. There'll be just enough time to get this rolled in before the first 2 to go. So the 2 teams line up. Ball back into play is once again at the front of the line-out. Now sent up forward here by Podolski. Podolski hunting this one down will be Dante Castagnola. Dante checks up. Podolski in there with him. Comes back in. Makes a challenge and steals it there. Does Podolski. Podolski turns, faces forward. But the line of the ball still stood and he hadn't changed the line. So Antonio can come in onto that one there. Antonio Higi. Antonio sends it out wide here now. Way there from Capella. Out for Gonzalito Pires. Yes, the first 2 to has gone, so he straightens himself up onto the play once again and gives that ball a ride up the field and straight over the top it is. He's looking for Antonio. Unsighted on it there was Hyder, and Antonio couldn't pick it up at all to the next player, and Dante's picked it up here now. Dante Castagnola. Dante, not a lot of time, but he leaves it now, and Capella cuts that one away from the danger man. The second hooter goes, ladies and gentlemen. So that there will end Chaka number 3, with the score being 6 goals it is to Bangash. 5 for Chihingiri. And so the ball's deep down there in near the camp. And the defending goal of Bangash as well will be starting off with a roll-in. So in the meantime, the players will leave the field. Change ponies and will come back again in a moment. Or 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, as they're changing, we do have Hunt the Gold Coin, of which is 7,000 dirhams in value there. Le Pearl, tickets, pool access for 2, riding lessons for 2, stable tour for 4, El Pastayo vouchers, Matianetic, and also Salazar, giving gifts as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and make your way out onto the polo field. To stretch your legs and maybe even tread in a few divots would be greatly appreciated whilst you're out there hunting for the gold coins. Thank you very much.
Ni hablar, la verdad que Dubái se está poniendo cada vez más bravo año a año y sí, es muy difícil ganar y bueno, pero bueno, hoy se nos dio a nosotros. Con Gantul la verdad que tengo una relación de muchos años, así que estuve ahí mucho tiempo y nada, son muy conocidos y la verdad que jugamos más amigablemente que tanto con los chicos que están adentro y toda la gente en la organización, así que, pero bueno, hoy se nos dio a nosotros, como te decía. Estamos jugando, cuidando en Arabian Ranches, así que sí, hacemos todo lo que se puede para llegar bien al partido. Hay veces que se gana, hay veces que se pierde, pero siempre tratamos de pasarle lo más cerca posible, ¿no? De hacer todo lo mejor que se puede con los caballos, con nosotros y tratar de llegar al 100% para cada partido. Sí, es muy difícil acá, muy difícil llegar a una semifinal, ni hablar a una final y ni hablar de ganar una copa. Nada, hay veces que necesitas un montón de cosas que por ahí están a tu alcance y cosas que no, de factores que no, por ahí, no sé, salta para un lado, salta para el otro, que nada, la suerte del campeón, como se dice, siempre la necesitas y siempre tiene que estar del lado de uno, ¿no? De acá se te arriman todos los equipos. Bueno, Gantul la verdad que tuvo un último checker buenísimo. El nuestro no fue tan bueno. Sí, en el transcurso del partido pudimos jugar al juego nuestro, pero después se te terminan viniendo. Es lo que pasa. Habíamos tenido un buen partido contra UAE, el primero de la Copa de Oro. Y bueno, se nos escapó, tuve la posibilidad yo de meter un gol para empatar faltando 3 minutos, no pude y automáticamente meten otro gol para allá, pero como te digo, está cada vez más lindo y más competitivo.
So, Ali Omiri, lovely play, broke away well. For this one here, Felix. put his head down, said, I'm going to goal, and put it away nicely. Felix Asai. And here, this is a nice goal, this was. Very well worked. You see the Harechi getting onto it. Harechi made the pass up to Kaku. Kaku out there to Harechi, running forward as he does best. And through the goals it is. And this in here, capitalising on that one there. Little backhand there by Pablo. Laborde didn't think he had the right to come in onto that one there, but it gave enough opportunity for Kaku to put it away. And here again, Ali Almeri comes in, couldn't get hold of it. Belly shot there by Juan Harechi from the near side. He had a belly shot earlier on, actually. That's one here now. Harechi up onto it. Just a lovely little weighted pass there by Juan Harechi. And we come here now. And you can see Kaku. He's gone a little bit past the goal here, actually, you see. Thinking the next shot went, oh no, we're going to have to go belly as well. But he put it away and executed that one perfectly. Did Kaku Raja. And now we come here with Laborde coming through, got past one, got past two. You see, he brought the ball out to Almeri, then came back in for our Polo line viewers, and that there was Antonio saving it off the line right at the end there, and Solari comes in and it leaves it there for Tolly just to finish off. And here Bautista getting away there from Gonza. A lot of work to do there when you got the big man hunting you down. And here, coming forward up onto it, Toliujo comes through. They had to work for this one hard. Comes forward, comes off the pony, but in there to finish it off is Solari. Making sure it's through those goals before peeling off. And this one here, Solari got away out there in front. Came from a backhand originally from Tolly, then Bauti fizzed that one up and put that one up forward nicely there for Solari. And up here now. Reverse neck shot there by Antonio. And it is Gonza. Up onto this here now. Puts that one away well. Took the man from a difficult position and put it nicely through. So up onto there. Bauti tries to get up onto that one there, but couldn't quite get to it back in time. And that was from Gonzalito Perez. And here, got hooked off out of it. That's the shot from just previous there. It was another one from Gonza, rather. Unfortunately for Bauti. Progressing through the goals, and here we go once again. Gonza off on the break here now. Gonza up the field he comes, over the 30, over the 20, and just shadows that one through the goals. And there's the backhand. This is one of the last ones there with Kaku coming in on the meet, put that one away. Redeeming himself there. Oh, there's a great goal there, super goal there by Tomasito. Had to get round the man, controlling the middle of the field. Not an easy job, especially when it's someone of the calibre of Kaku, and he managed to do so. Reverse neck shot there, couldn't pick it up. Good, Tomasito, but actually that one he was told just to leave it there by Fede, who had a clearer play at it and put that one away nicely. And coming up through here now was Juan Harechi. Puts that one in from a distance. Great goal there by Juan Harechi. And this one here, that was a cut shot there by Alfie. Ali Amiri's in the goal, but there's nothing you could do with that one there. And here we go, coming up here. You see, we've got Potowski gone forward as well, but they left that one free and just...
We come back from the halftime break with the innovative play of the match. Mayo Clinic breakthrough moment.
Finds Kaku, places it perfectly, and looks to try and send this up here now for Pablo, who's just struggling a little bit, it looks like, and getting onto it here is going to be Haureche. Lovely, classy play there by one Haureche Kaku Raja. Making it 7 goals it is to Gantut now. So welcome back here now to our Polo Line viewers, as well as we see the Chihingiri and Mohamed Chihingiri just mounting back up again to get this fourth chukker underway. This fourth chukker with Mohamed. He was scheduled to come out on open piece of black. Abuelita for Gonza. The rest of them haven't given me any indication there because they're cycling them round. Fede looking to come out on Calandria. Tomasito to come out on Picasso again. Capella to come out on Aurora. So it's all to play for here now. As the players come back out onto the field and looking to get this underway. And the players will go down towards the scoreboard end, close there to Bangash. If we could all come back behind the safety zone, please. And people off the field as quickly as possible and back to your comfortable seats. We're anxious to get the last 2 chukkers underway here now. The safety zone, of course, is for your safety, so you need to be 10 metres back from the field. Thank you, Mahmoud. So the 2 teams lining up here for rolling from the inside out, close to that Bangash goal. In it goes, out the back of the line out, picked up here there by Gonza. Gonza back onto it, cuts it open in there for Antonio. Antonio goes forward in towards the goal, takes a man, goes near side, gets a little bit of interference from Patowski, but not enough for Antonio Hagi, and 6 goals all it is. Levelling up the scores, Antonio Hagi. So started off with a stop there by Gonza at the back of the line out, then that precision pointed, that point precision backhand, opening it up. And so 2 teams line up, ball into play, out the line out it comes, picked up out of the air there by Tomasito. Tomasito being hunted down, goes near side, and going near side there with Gonza. Gonza comes in with the backhand, the ball's left and spoilt there, gets a good bump and ride off there, there's Dante by Patowski. Patowski putting the pressure on Dante. Dante looking to work it away, but as Antonio comes in to try and pick it up here now, comes off the pony, and they're all trying to scuffle and pick this one up. So Gonza says, I'm going to have to come in here myself, but we get a whistle on the play. And perplexed there is Gonza as the ball goes forward here now. For a penalty in favour of Bangash. He thought he'd probably come in there fair and safe, made the ride off, picked up possession, but the umpire's not quite in agreement. So we have a penalty 3, a 40-yard penalty to be taken by Alfredo Capella on Aurora. Capella. He's a bit keen. Comes up to it, strikes it high, but it's gone right wide to the right-hand side. And so it will be Chihingiri's Dante Castagnola to bring it into play once again. Dante taps this up forward. Gonza still pretty close to him. Goes on the run here now. He taps it one more time. Gonza hasn't let go yet. Keeps control of it. This time goes out wide here. Goes more underneath the neck a little bit straight for Gonza to come onto. Going across with him, there's Capella. Checks up well there, does Gonza. Puts it in behind. Looks to let it go and looks for the runner up the front there out to the left-hand side. But you see Antonio's kept out of it, so Gonza's going to have to go back with the big fella Capella out onto it here now. Capella picks up the play. On to stick side here is Capella. Capella looking to make the turning play in there with Gonza putting pressure on. He pulls it back. Aurora just sucking back on him, but he keeps control of the ball. And he goes on the move once again, does Capella. In there with Gonza. Capella reaches out, keeps on coming forward. He's got Tomasito in behind. Keeps going forward. Capella. Capella once again. He's got the two big guns. He's got Gonza and he's got Antonio. On to it now is Capella. Capella goes back to it as Gonza yields off, told to continue the play. Is Capella. Capella sends that one up in towards the middle of the field here now. He's looking for the backhand. Oh, and look at that there from Petowski. Towed about and puts it underneath the tail. He was looking for Hyder, but first back onto it. The backhand's closing the door. Here's Mohammed. Mohammed, backhand picked up there by Gonza. He comes across the line, and it looks like Capella's read it. And the umpire's bang on the line. So you can see here the backhand comes out across. Capella, well, he wasn't bang on the line, but he was more on his stick side of it. And Gonza's going, come on, that was away. All about space and distance. And it looks like you have Bangash who have gone forward, but the umpires have taken a pause. I'm going to go for a replay. 6-all is the score in jockey number 4. So the third man has reviewed. And the umpires are moving forward, deeming there wasn't enough space for Gonza to come through there. And so we have a penalty 2 being teed up there by El Poto, Federico von Petowski. So it's an open goal, undefended penalty for Petowski and Bangash. Petowski comes up, sends that one through. The flags are off, so back out in the lead go Bangash. 7-6 is the score. So back to the middle of the field. The prof to roll the ball in on Winoma of Sarge Chihingiris. Lines 2 teams up, ball into play, front of the line out. Heide gets a bit of it, next come away here with Capella. Can he drag that one forward? Just gets a bit behind, the pony helps it out, it goes forward. Coming round onto that quickly there was Petowski, but it's picked up here now with the open backhand of Antonio out there for Gonza. He gets a bump and a ride from Petowski, and Petowski's talking about something in the past, which unfortunately for him it is immaterial at this point in time. So the ball will be picked up. And going up forward, we have a penalty here now for Chihingiri. Drop down for a penalty 4, a 60-yard penalty for Chihingiri. 7-6 is the score, an opportunity to level it here for Gonza. As players quickly change, we've got Dante getting back onto his little grey. Palomo. So 3:47 on the clock here in Chucker number 4. So the players position themselves. And then play will be called for Gonzalito. Gonzalito Perez. Just straightening himself up onto this one here now. Gonzalito gives that ball a ride up over the top and straight through the middle it is, just when needed to, and 7 goals all it is here in chukker number 4. So back to the middle of the field. So ball back into play there, out the back of the line out. Tomasito tries to pick it up, comes off the pony, couldn't get it. Hyder comes in, flicks that up there for Capella. Capella on the play here now, checks up. Antonio there with him. Capella, here's a call, sends it up forward. It gets plucked out the air though by Gonzalito, cutting it off from Tomasito at the pass. Gonzalito turns to avoid the hook there from Hyder. Comes forward, can't make the shot because he's got Tomasito in behind, and this time he gets that one away. He's looking for Antonio, going back with him there is Capella. Capella controls the middle of the field onto his near side, plays the backhand, thumps it back up the field to nearly the halfway line here. And it's going to be Dante to send that one back and sends it in towards the middle of the field, looking on the near side to flick it in. There's Antonio, creates the line, but first onto it there's Capella. He goes around the front of the pony for Tomasito, but it's Antonio tries to get the shot off, but Tomasito picks it up once again. Tomasito on the play, Gonza coming back to him. He's got Antonio in front, he's got Gonza there in behind as Antonio, as it is Tomasito. Tomasito once again, Tomasito on the play. Tomasito gets hooked off out of it, but doesn't quite retain possession, but Capella does, and Capella looks to come through with a bit of pace, goes wide, looks to put that one in towards the goal, but it is going to be Antonio. But coming in to make the attacking play there was Petovsky, and let's see where the line of that one there was, as Dante comes in and tries to tidy it up here now for Chihingiri. Let's have a look on our replay. So did that ball come out of the right of way? And let us see. We've got 2:06 on the clock and it's getting moved up forward here now. Didn't see exactly where Capella came from, where Fedivon Petovsky came from. Maybe he came from across the other side of the line. But we do now have a spot penalty here now in favour of Chihingiri. Sorry, not a spot, a midfield penalty, a penalty 5B. With Dante Castagnola on Palomo to pick up the play. Antonio's gone forward. Dante goes forward and Gonzalo to bring it in. Gonza brings it up here now. 4 up there behind. Petovsky goes on the move here now. He's just got onto some fresh legs here. Just checks up, playing a little bit of cat and mouse with him. Plony just checks up, turns, faces forward once again. Out of the way. Petovsky has to scurry and it's sent up goalward bound here now. Trying to get back to that one. There was Antonio, but it just falls short of the goals and goes to the right-hand side. And out over the back line it is. So the score remains the same. 7-all it is. And it's going to be a bang ashes. Alfredo Capella to bring it back into play. Capella taps it up once again. Capella cuts this one out here now. Looking to get that up for Petovsky. Petovsky checks, goes for the first time play. Tries to get round the play there of Gonza. Plays the backhand, gets caught up in it though, and it's now Antonio. Antonio in there with Tomasito. Has to yield, sends it up forward. He's looking there for Dante. Dante clears the way from Capella, and Capella's in front. The backhand comes in by Hyder underneath the tail. It goes on the near side by Hyder Mangash, and sending Antonio back to tidy it up. Being hard pressured and hassled there, as always, by Tomasito. He's over the top of it, scoops that one out from underneath, but keeps control of the play and faces forward once again. Sends that ball up forward here now, looking to try and get back onto it, but Hyder's in there once again, opens up the backhand. Out it goes here now for Tomasito. He cuts that in, but it comes off the pony, can't get onto it, can Capella, but Dante sends it back into the danger zone once again. But it's only as far as Petovsky. Petovsky couldn't pick it up, left it here for Capella. Capella in there with Antonio on his near side, keeps coming forward here, tries to get on as he crosses over to his stick side, as Gonzalo tries to make the backhand. The umpires just having a chat. And let's have a little look at the replay. You see he's on his near side there, and then comes back over to his stick side and Gonza tries to make the shot, believing if he's on his near side, he should have stayed there. But the umpires believe he had the right to come over before Gonza was in position. And as he played the backhand, the mallet comes into the pony's legs, and we have a penalty. We move forward for a penalty for a 60-yard penalty in favour of Bangash. Alfredo Capella. Circles round up onto this one here now. Capella comes in, strikes it, ricochets off a pony, but it looks like he's going wide. Hyder manages to keep that one in, but Dante meets it. Dante Castagnola on the play, comes away for the opposite side and sends that one out here. Antonio's gone forward, but it's going to be Capella to get up onto it first. Capella in there, swapping around to the other side, goes to his near side there, does Capella as Antonio swapped over, but going back onto it here now is Gonza. First Hooter goes, being chased there by Hyder. Gonza Pierres. Gonza once again. This time he pings that ball up the middle of the field. He's looking now for Mohamed Chiangiri. But is he going to go back to his own play once again? Mohamed up onto this here now. Couldn't pick it up. Gonza does. Gonzalito sends it up forward here now. He's straightening himself up. Flat chat down the field on about just over the 60, but a long way wide. Goes with a big approach shot to send that one in. But it looks like Antonio can't get into it. Pitovsky's got himself in. Backhand spoiled, and there goes the Hooter, ladies and gentlemen. So that there will end chukker number 4 right in the goal mouth of Bangash. And I think the Hooter went before what Gonzalito was looking for. Gonzalito was looking for a foul. I think the Hooter might have just gone first. And so we end chukker number 4, ladies and gentlemen, with the score being 7 goals all. Here in our second match this afternoon of the 17th edition of the Dubai Gold Cup 2026. And there's Gonzalito just dismounting. And so whilst they change and have a quick team chat, we will go to a few messages and adverts from Polo Line before returning for chukker number 5. So welcome back here now, ladies and gentlemen, to our Polo Line viewers. As you see on screen there, Tomasito Fernandez Llorente coming up over the halfway line here as you have Bangash encamped down by the scoreboard end. And so they'll clear the field, and Gonzalito is looking for a foul. I think it's almost parked in front of him, but I think the Hooter might have gone first, or the Campana. And so the umpire's gone to the third man to review this whilst changing ponies. And we have Mami Chiangiri supposed to be coming out in open power. And the rest, they're just swapping and chopping and changing. Chiva out there for Fede, I see. Penitente there for Tomasito. So the umpire's just explaining what the third man has reviewed. And so it looks like they're going to be rolling in from the inside out. Just by that right-hand goalpost. So Chihingiri looking to capitalise on the territory. Bangash looking to clear this away from the danger zone. Balls into play, stuck in the line out. Out it comes the front here. Mohammed has a bit of it. In comes Fede, but we get a whistle on the players. Antonio comes in as well. And so on our review, in coming up onto that one there. Just muscling his way through into it. There was Petovsky. And maybe he got a little bit sandwiched in that play. And therefore we have a spot penalty right in front of the goal for Bangash to clear it away from the danger zone. Good tussle going on up front between Antonio and Tomasito. And Petovsky got on the run there too, but he sends it out here the other way for Tomasito to come on to with Antonio just to mark him there. Turns, faces forward once again, just has to drag it forward and tries to send that one out there for Capella, but it falls a bit short and is picked up here by Antonio. Antonio on the play. Stick side, back on near side, back to a stick side once again. Yields off it, leaves it for Gonza. Gonza has a bit of open space here and sends that forward for the near side pick up here for Antonio. Couldn't get... Oh, we got the second pick up as well, but the backhand comes in there once again by Tomasito. Opening up the play here, looking for Capella. Capella coming up fast here now, going back with him there. Dante Castagnola just short of the halfway line. Thumps into that ball to about the 60-yard line. It's Capella on the loose here now. Release the Kraken as he goes forward. Stick side onto his near side. Can't get onto it. Backhand stops the play. Does Dante, but next on to Haida Bangash. And Haida Bangash gets goal number 2 here this afternoon. Making it 8 goals it is for Bangash. 7 for Jahangiri. Where did Haida come from? Good follow-up and great commitment there by Haida. So, back to the middle of the field it is. Bangash back out into lead it is. Nip and tuck all the way through here. Will we get a golden goal? So, ball back into play. Out the line out it comes. And it's Petovsky wanting a bit of that one there. But you see it is Gonza's got onto it. But he stopped. The ball sent back by Tomasito. And Capella's trying to get to it. So's Dante. Dante serves his first. A little backhand in towards the middle of the field. Gonza to get onto. Gonza straightens himself up here now. And comes up forward here once again, does Gonzalito. He's back on Letra again here. Watch this little mare run. She's an absolute machine. Can he control it? Gone a little bit wide. Can he get back over to it? No, he can't, but Petovsky can on Chiva. Petovsky comes away from the play here now. He's got no one to pass that one up to. Looks to try and do so. Gets half hooked off out of it, but left behind. And Gonza might have just got caught in between the two players there. And we get a whistle on the play. See Petovsky going forward, Gonza's in behind. And maybe they deem he was just in too close. And that ball has gone forward for a penalty here now in favour of Bangash. And the ball's dropped down for a penalty 3, a 40-yard penalty for Bangash. 8 goals to 7 is the score. So actually it looks like it's Petovsky taking this, feeling comfortable on Chiva. Petovsky comes forward, sends that one in towards the goal, but wide it is. And out over the back line it goes, so the score remains the same. 8 goals to 7, only 1 goal is the difference here. Chihingiri back in possession of the play. And it'll be Dante Castagnola to bring it in here. Dante brings it forward. Dante comes up forward. Petovsky looking to put the challenge in. Comes out wide of Petovsky. Oh, and he's gone over the top of it. Petovsky comes in and oh, we get a whistle on that play. Replay. You can see from behind you have Dante coming forward. Oh, and Potowski tries to come in on it. Did he have the stick side or did he have the near side? But it looks like they've given this in favour of Bangash, and we go now for an undefended penalty 2, so he gets another bite of the cherry, but from the 30-yard line. Undefended goal this time for Potowski. An opportunity to get 2-goal margin over Chihingiri. So, of course, going live will be the penalties tomorrow morning at 10:30 UAE time. GMT +4. So, Potowski. Betty comes in, hammers that one and sneaks it inside the left-hand goal post. There does Betty von Potowski. El Poto puts number 9 on the board for Bangash. And 4:15 on the clock. Let's see on the replay here now as he just comes up to it. Play hesitant, just pings that inside that left-hand goal post. So back to the middle of the field it'll be. Counting it down. 4:01 on the clock. The players have come back. Some of them are asking for changes. We're about just nearly halfway through the chukker. And just giving the option to change if done so. But I think most already have done. Even though the temperature certainly has cooled. But it looks like we'll have Haider and Potowski looking to go change. And Alfie decides to, but it looks like Gonza's going to get back off Happiness. Get off Letter. I wonder if he's going to come back out on Open Happiness. Oh no, it looks like he's just giving a little bit of instruction there to his grums. He's going to stay on her and tell them to probably have 2 or 3 ready. Or no, he was looking for her, so he's had to go to the other end of the field. So Bangash all having a quick change up here now. So the players will make their way back to the middle of the field here. So the Prof can get this ball into play. 2-goal the margin, 9-7 it is, and just under 4 minutes to play. There's plenty of time. So just quickly, ladies and gentlemen, remember, get your tickets on Virgin Tickets Platinum List and the AHG Loyal app. So, ball into play in the middle of the line out. Coming here is Haider once again, tries to get that to Tomasito, but Tomasito comes in and spoils the play from Gonza, but he manages to come up with the spoils here, does Tomasito once again. Tomasito's got Fede in behind, keeps on pushing there, does Gonzalito. Gonzalito tells me he's got space there. Does Tomasito. Tomasito comes in. He sends that one just to the left-hand side there of Gonza. Trying to get onto it now is going to be Fede in there with Antonio. Comes back, comes onto it again. But as he does, he's across the line and we get a whistle on the play. So let's see on a replay here now. So Antonio picks it up and he's directly across the line. But chance your arm, you never break your neck. Could have got another goal, but no, it's going to get moved forward. For a midfield penalty for Chihingiri. So from the midfield, Gonza's going to take this one. It looks like once again sends the young bloods forward. Gonzalito keeps this ball moving forward, brings it up there to Potowski. Dante comes in behind. Is he going to go by himself? Let us see. He's going to keep moving this ball forward, goes wide. Leaves it now for Dante. Dante goes straight up the middle with that one here now. He's looking for Antonio. Antonio's trying to get to it, but he doesn't need to. It's straight through the goals there from Dante Castagnola. Making it 8 goals, Chihingiri, 9 Bangash. So you see here, Gonza leaves it for the young man and just drills that one from 60, 70 yards out through the goal. So thank you very much, you'll be saying there to Dante, and the ball's back into play, up the line, out it comes, a backhand comes in by Tomasino, but it's only as far as Potowski. Potowski gives that a lean into it, underneath the neck there for Capella. Capella trying to look after Antonio, goes near side, it is there for Capella, and he'll put one on the ball once again. So chop, quick goals, there it is for Bangash. 10 goals it is now for Bangash, retaining that 2-goal margin of 8 goals for Chirangiri. 2:22 on the clock it is. Chucker number 5, 2 goals the margin. Every time they come back at them, they're going back again to Bangash. So lining up. Counted down, ball into play it is. At the back of the line out, but it's left there for Dante. Dante pings that up here now for Antonio. Antonio scurrying up like a little Jack Russell in towards the goal here. Hyder putting the pressure on. Owen, good pressure there by Hyder. He's gone wide. Gonza kept out of it. The backhand comes in, picked up by Tomasino out towards the side. It is. Couldn't quite pick that one up. Now it's over the back line it goes. So the clock is ticking for Chihingiri. It's on the back line, and it will be to be brought into play here now. Oh no, it's off a defender. Defender it is. So we have a corner. Penalty 6. So an opportunity here now for Chihingiri to go back in. To a 1-goal margin. The ball's teed up here by Gonzalito Pierres. For a corner, penalty 6. So Gonzalito Perez looks like he's on a really nice platform to hit the ball off. Circles round up onto this one here now. On little happiness. Oh, and just breaks on him, so he brings it back to the walk. Comes up to that one there, strikes it, it's goalward bound, but it's stopped right there in the goal mouth there by Capella, challenged by Antonio. And we get a whistle. Aye. And it looks like we have a spot penalty here in favour of Bangash. Must have deemed that challenge from Antonio wasn't good. So just trying to tee it up here is Capella. These ponies anxious, ready to go. Full of energy. Alfredo Capella. Pony just jinking on him a bit, but he cuts this one out wide here now, looking for Poto. Poto up onto the play here in front of us here at Pirate the Polo. Sends it up, first time play. He's looking for Hyder, but onto it comes. Gonzalito checks up, turns back inside. He knows he's got Poto there, so he just makes sure he does get inside cleanly, puts it forward. He looks to try and show that one too much there to Poto, but it comes off the pony of Gonza, and Gonza manages to pick this up here now. Gonzalito coming forward once again. Gonzalito looks to come in between the players and does so beautifully here now. There's Gonzalito Pierres, but he's got Poto there with him. And he's got Antonio behind as Gonzalito if he needs him there. But Gonza's gone by himself and he cracks that one in towards the goal, but it's just gone wide. And there's an opportunity gone a begging. It's still 2-goal difference and 1 minute left to play. Capella quickly changes at the back there to bring the ball in will be Alfredo Capella. Just gets back in the nick of time. And Alfredo Capella sends that one wide once again. This time looking for Tomasito Fernandez Llorente. Up onto it. First time play. Just wants to fizz that ball up the other end if he can. And it's coming down here now for Gonzalito Pierres in there with Tomasito. Just brushes past him, but he's got no play on him. Doesn't move him. And Gonza stays solid and says thank you very much indeed. So the ball's dropped down there for Chihingiri and Gonzalito Pierres. Gonza. Oh, hold on one moment. We're just waiting for the umpire. Gonza's probably thinking, what do we need him for? So Gonzalito up on the play here now. Gonza Keeps this ball coming forward. Brings it up to Poto. Is he going to go by himself? He's got Antonio in behind. He keeps it short of Poto so he can't get onto the play. Goes under the neck with that one there. It comes off the pony. It's now picked up here now by Antonio, but he's smothered off out of it there by Capella and puts a near side backhand in and looking to get onto it. It's Hyder in front of the player, and the whistle blows as Dante Castagnola and Tomasito are hammering down that line. It's just a bit quicker out there this afternoon. You can see on the replay there. So we have a spot penalty. So 80 yards, say, out from goal for Gonzalito Perez, but it's just about directly in front. Gonza goes with the run, brings it forward, takes it up there to Poto. Goes in, brings it forward once again, looking for a goal here now. Gonza comes in, tries to go under the neck, but not to be. And we have another whistle on the play. And there goes the hooter, ladies and gentlemen. No, the ball had gone out over the back line. And so the two teams congratulate and thank each other. So Bangash running out the winners, 10 goals to 9 over Chingiri. So ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have three parties into the semi-finals. UE Bangash and Wolves will play the winners of the penalty shootout tomorrow morning. You see there. So for our Polo Line viewers, yes, we'll have the chucker by chucker on that one there. At the end of chucker number 1, it was actually Bangash 2 and Chihingiri 3. Then 3-5, 6-5 going into half-time, 7 apiece at the end of chucker number 4. But at the end of chucker number 5, it was Bangash running out the winners, 10 goals to 9 over Chihingiri. And so we'll go to some of the best goals here now, which there's a plethora of them out there this afternoon. And this one here, Gonza's onto it, leaves it for Dante, and Dante fires that from a great distance out. I thought he was going for the passing play, but no, all the way through the goal it is from Dante Castagnola. And this here, nice little open backhand there by Gonza, slipping it up forward here now for Antonio, and Antonio slips it in on the near side under pressure there from Poto. And so going forward once again. Oh, Hyder gets onto that beautifully. Cuts it in. Couple of nice goals there by Hyder this afternoon. Great position, great use of the man. And put it out through the goals. Put it. And here we go once again. Gonza just flicking that one in away there from Tomasito. And here we go once more. Sent up there. Potter onto this one here now. Goes with the next shot. Cuts that one in. And straight through the goals. And so, ladies and gentlemen, a great view there of the hotel and the skyline of Dubai, but it's looking out towards the desert side. And we'll go to a few of the stats here now as the teams leave the field. And Poto and Alfredo very happy indeed, giving each other a big hug and pat on the back. And there it is. Bangash 10, Chingiri 9. Field goals, 5 goals to 4. Throw-ins, 11 to 3. Whoa, Bangash really came up with those. Fouls. Too many fouls by Chihingiri, 15 to 10. That's 50% more, of course. Penalties, 5 from 9 for Bangash. 5 from 5 for Chihingiri. There was a corner there for Chihingiri, but unfortunately couldn't convert. But good to see, no yellow cards. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please tune in tomorrow, because tomorrow will be the decision time to see who plays in the last of the semi-finals and see who goes through to the subsidiary final for next Saturday. And therefore, we look forward to you tuning in tomorrow and most certainly on Wednesday. Thank you very much, myself, Adam Snowden, and Polo Line. Good night.